Hey everyone, how you guys doing?
Hey, good.
Ooh.
It's Good Friday.
Happy Friday. Oh, that's
Good.
right.
Oh, it is Good Friday.
Yeah, it's Good Friday.
Fridays are good.
Is that why everybody had their lights on the highway today?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I noticed that everybody
I don't
had
remember
their
that
lights
from
on.
Catholic school.
Yeah.
Is that a funeral procession, Jay?
I mean, on both sides of the highway, that's a big funeral.
Nah. Some people took a wrong turn. I don't know.
So, Steve, can you show us some pictures that you're making with Midjourney version 5?
How should I load them up, Ian?
Just email them.
Oh, you can send them to me.
Just email them to you?
Yeah, and I have something to show that is also in that vein, but let's look at what Steve has produced. Apparently, Midjourney has what, version 5 now? Something like that?
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Let's see.
I made a really
Actually,
cool monster.
Here, I'll play something while we're waiting.
Yeah, it's just going to take me a minute to get this over to you.
So let's see. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this popped up on social media.
You are Balenciaga, Harry.
What is the difference, Potter, between H&M and Balenciaga?
Oh my God.
After all, to the well-organized mind, Balenciaga is but the next great adventure.
What is Balenciaga?
You'll soon find out that some
high
fashion is
fashion
better
line.
than other, Potter.
There is no good and evil. There is only Balenciaga, and those too weak to seek it.
You're distressing
Avada
the
Balenciaga.
cat.
Avada Balenciaga is my favorite. So that was made
But
in
is this like taking
Midjourney.
itself seriously? I mean, what is
No,
the
it's
context?
I think it's just shit posting is like the general sense of it, is that it's like kind of goofing on Balenciaga ads and also AI
Okay.
in a way. But it's
All right.
obviously
I'm
it's
at
all
a
like Harry
disadvantage
Potter
because I have no
characters.
idea what Balenciaga is.
Oh yeah, it's like a high fashion line. And a lot of their stuff
Yeah, I
looks
figured.
like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
okay.
It's brilliant then.
But yeah, so it's Midjourney. They made this person who it does a lot of them. There's like so many different versions now, but like Midjourney making the images, and then there's this other AI that like does the facial movement, and then another one, 11 Labs, does the audio, the voiceover, which is pretty fun. So it's nonstop. Let's see if I have something to show you off of that. I did a little bit of something, and I might do a little more. But here's an image that I also have Midjourney, of course, because it's the thing to do. But let's see if you can figure out what this image is of. What prompt did I do?
Ah,
Steve,
That's
as a cult
Steve.
leader.
It's a Balenciaga Steve novella, but you were in front of the AQ6 logo, so that's why it's kind of
okay,
like
that's where they're getting
somewhat
that
Alpha
from.
Quadrant 6-y. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
nice.
there you go.
It's
So
bizarre.
plus, somebody emailed us about Steve needs to dress fancier on the TikTok, so maybe we'll put you in Balenciaga from now on.
Oh my God. I saw that email.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you know,
It
we should just
I don't know.
put Steve in a lab coat and like a stethoscope, like maybe surgeon mask and something like totally not fitting of neurology, but it'll be fun.
Well, I continue to be utterly blown away by Midjourney.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play with.
Where? How come I can't find my image after I entered the prompt? I haven't used this in a while.
Well, first off, it takes a little bit for it to render it.
How do I know? I mean, there's so much stuff being posted in this newbie room.
Oh, don't do it
Oh,
in a
don't do
public
it there.
room. Just do a direct chat with Midjourney.
You have to have a subscription though in order to do that.
Well, we
Or
have
do the
our own
direct chat.
our own room though, in Discord, right? Why don't I just use that?
I don't.
I think.
Do we have it in
person-
public? I don't
Well, I
think we
don't
have it in
know.
public.
I think so.
No,
It's just on Discord. Just click the Midjourney bot in Discord. It's under direct messages. Everyone is listed there.
I'm in the room now. I'm there.
You don't see the Midjourney bot?
I'm in Midjourney right here. I'm in that section of our Discord.
Yeah.
no, but I think that's. Hold on, that's just a channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
Does it say
different.
Midjourney bot or just Midjourney?
It's just Midjourney. Just Midjourney.
You know, it has to say Midjourney bot.
All right.
Yeah, no, you have to link your Discord account with the Midjourney website in order for you to get access to that.
Hey, is
Anyway,
anybody in
Steve, did you
chat-
send those to me?
Is anybody in chat
did.
using Midjourney?
Okay, let me see. They're there. Boom.
I wonder how many people out there are using it.
Loads. Oh, it's here too. Oh, whoa. Okay, hold on. Let me just pull these up real quick. Well, I know
Yeah, so
what
the
Steve's
context
doing
is
with
I'm
these images.
starting a new D&D campaign
Yeah,
for my
I can tell.
daughters. Yeah, so this is all the stuff I'm making for that campaign, which is a perfect application of this software because it's only for personal use. You need a lot of specification and customization. You know, it's also and it could work both ways. It's like you might need something very specific, but at the same time, you could also just generate crazy shit and then write off of that. You know what I mean? Use it as an idea generator.
Okay, hold on. Let me just do that. Share this one. All right, we should be able to see this. There you go.
That's cool.
There you go. There you go.
Did you make that one?
What's
Yeah,
that?
that was
I
Steve.
made that. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool, Steve.
Yeah, that's an amulet that belongs to a specific order, the vigilant monks.
How big is it?
It's an it's an amulet you wear around your neck. Not that
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, I would use that, Steve. That would work in my Cthulhu game.
Yeah,
All right, here's the next one.
that is the temple that the vigilant monks come from.
They're vigilant.
They're vigilant, yeah.
They sure are. Here we go. What's this one, Steve?
That is
like
the
King's
main
Landing.
city to the camp. The main. So the interesting thing is that the world takes place. The campaign is taking place on a terminus planet, surrounding a deep orange sun. So the sun's always in that position. It's a tidally locked planet.
So it's always dusk, like sunset there. That's cool.
Well, it depends on where you are on the planet, right? So there's everything from it's always light to it's always dark, and then most of the people are living in between. That's why I see it. But it's just cool because when I do the picture, all I have to do is say at sunset, and it always puts the sun in the right position.
Yep.
It makes it the right color.
I like the style of that too. It's got a fantasy vibe to it.
Yeah.
Ian, did you get the one I
My
sent you?
prompt was a fantasy
Yeah, I got yours.
Renaissance city. So that is a new creature that's going to be menacing the party.
That's really cool. Is it like a hero enemy, or just a one?
This is going to be like one of the main enemies. Yeah.
What's his name?
Well, no, this race. This is a race.
Oh, all right. So it's not one guy; it's a race of people.
It's a race. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
His name is Gorg.
Gorg.
Basically, it's a lizard orc.
Family name.
That
This one's
doesn't look
labeled
like a friendly
NPC.
guy.
This guy is an NPC. Yeah, he's going to be one of the main villains. Harassing the party.
Jay, he's an evil Cormac.
All right, and then Jay has one too. Let me show this one.
This one is not for the faint of heart.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, this is a creature that I came up with. And let's be honest, as we go through these, when you create images using artificial intelligence, you don't have an extraordinary amount of control. You can help iterate it and shape it and set things up, but when it gives you the things that it's creating, I just said a multi-tentacled 7-foot-tall monster.
Yeah.
And then I gave it a bunch of prompts that tells it, like I want it in this style. I want it like photorealistic. I want it to have gray skin, blah, blah, blah. So I really like this one. This is going to be like a end of the module type monster that they're going to fight.
The other thing that's interesting is that with these, regenerative or generative models that are trained on the internet, it so reflects the zeitgeist of the internet. You know what I mean? So like maybe I could send you this one. I'm trying to come up with a picture for a female character who's a barbarian and lives in a frozen tundra, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get a picture of a woman who doesn't have skin showing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So she's in the middle of a frozen tundra and her abdomen is exposed.
Of course.
Because that's the only fantasy pictures of women that are out there.
I can Photoshop it for you if you want, Steve.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my God, that's so true.
I mean, it's great. I could send you this one.
Yeah, send it to me.
And there's nothing you could do. Right?
Well, I just have to keep working it, but it's really hard.
Yeah, I was just telling Steve, like at some point you're going to be able to say to an app like Midjourney, cover the character's stomach or don't have any exposed skin or whatever.
It's just time. Yeah, how much time do you want to spend?
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Everyone's sick now. That's how it works.
So here are this is what you get. I'll send you 2 examples.
Okay.
You can even say like dressed in fur, like whatever. Just keep throwing in descriptions to try to make it work, but gotta be showing skin. The internet is sexist.
Yeah, one of the people in chat said it's a exotic creature, but he's chilling in a janitor's closet, and that's where I would love to be able to tell Midjourney, change the background. But there is no context like that. You can't like talk to it like Chat GPT where it understands.
I found speaking of which, because trying to up my skill with the new version 5 of Midjourney, and somebody made a YouTube video showing how you can use Chat GPT to write prompts for Midjourney.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I heard about that.
But and you basically train Chat GPT on Midjourney, and then you tell it, make me a prompt for this, and it creates like all of the technical prompts.
Have you tried it?
No. Just saw it today, because you basically have to go to this guy's website, and he has all of the training prompts for ChatGPT 4 to tell it how to use Midjourney.
Wow, I love it.
The
So there you
image.
go. She's in a frozen tundra.
Yeah, but she's not cold at all. I mean,
No.
Definitely not. There's
I mean, it's gorgeous. She
midriff.
has her abdomen exposed.
It's very World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I dig it. I mean, you could easily cover up her midsection, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that in Photoshop for you in 10 seconds.
I'll keep working it too.
It's like whenever they show boob armor or whatever, where it's like,
the boob armor.
Why
Yeah.
are they doing it? It's like, why?
So we're going to Steve's house for Easter on Sunday, and Bob is making something called paloma, and I'm making my bread.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve's making lasagna.
Making 2 different kinds of lasagna.
And
So we went shopping. That was today. Today was shopping for all the food for Sunday. Tomorrow will be cooking all the food for Sunday, and then Sunday will be the last minute preparations. We're doing the eggs tonight, but so we went to the main grocery store for the basic stuff. But we have this really good Italian importer near us, Luzzi's, and so we went there. And there's a guy there, Jay, who like knows everything about cheese. We keep throwing him cheese questions, and he knows everything. He's the guy who hooked us up with the closest analog to Sardo I've ever had in my life.
Oh, that's awesome! So he just knows his way around.
He just knows his shit. Then today, so we're asking him. So we're looking at the mozzarella. Like, how much should we get? He's like, hey, I got a case in the back of 6 pounds of mozz. I said, I'll take the whole thing. Give me the whole thing. and there's this like Italian manchego. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Like, what's the because manchego is a Spanish table cheese, and it's great. It's one of my favorite table cheeses. And so we're like, what's the deal with the Italian manchego? And he's explaining it to us. It's like it's a bit nuttier. It's aged a bit more. Like he instantly knew everything about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, manchego's S tier.
He'll be replaced by a chatbot, Steve.
You think so?
Hell yeah, the cheese chatbot. He'll know everything. They'll just be like a kiosk, in that Italian store.
Mm-hmm.
I think that AI is going to be disruptive, but I don't think it's going to be in the short term. It's not going to be replacing like people like that cheese guy. You know what I mean?
No.
Not until it can taste human flesh or something.
No, it's good for automating certain things. But I thought that was funny, using ChatGPT 4 to make your prompts from Midjourney.
That's a great idea.
When I was writing about it, because after the interview we had with Lemoyne about is Lambda sentient, it isn't sentient. It's like absolutely not.
No, it's not.
But just as a thought experiment, what would happen if you programmed it so that the answer to the previous prompt was its next prompt, right? So it's just constantly prompting itself with the answer to the previous prompt. Like, and do that a couple million times, what you'd end up with.
Well, is that
wouldn't
that be
the
like
answer would be a question?
Yeah. So whatever the output is from one iteration becomes the input to the next.
Well, it's like I've seen like having chatbots talk, to each other and go back.
Yeah, you could do that too.
It'd be like that.
So you see this stuff behind me?
Yes, you're full of stuff.
My wife and I are doing a house-wide purge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, when you have kids, it's unreal how much stuff you collect. I don't even know where it came from. I honestly don't know. I can't imagine how this stuff got into my house. It's just junk. It's toys and doodads and things they get from school, and they go to a birthday party and they leave with a bag of crap.
Yeah.
And you know, it's just all the stuff that's acquired, you know, like it's unreal though. My whole office is just filled with stuff that we're going to go give away.
Okay, before we get off the cheese topic,
Yeah.
quick cheese tier list. Let's go. American.
What are we doing?
We're just gonna thumbs
It's
up.
a tier
thumbs down?
list. Yeah, it's S.
Oh,
S. Do you know a tier list? S tier is like the highest tier. A, B, C, D, E, F is lower. Honorable mentions. So, what do you think? American cheese.
American's a solid C, I think.
See?
Yeah,
Good for grilled cheese.
Yeah, when you need it, you
Good
need
on
it.
hamburgers.
Yeah.
It's a workaday cheese. You know, it
It's a
gets
work
the job
day.
done.
Okay. Asiago.
I like that.
Asiago is at least a B.
Yeah, it's at least a
B.
B.
Okay. Blue cheese. Uh-oh.
I'm not big on it. I would go, yeah, I'm not big on blue cheese.
For me, it's a hard F.
Bob,
I
what do you
can't
think?
tolerate it.
Bob,
Bob,
Anybody
where are
else
you
like
at
it?
with that?
I don't care.
He doesn't care. Okay, we're gonna put an F. Oh, boy. Brie.
A.
A tier.
I would put
Especially if you heat it up and put it on a
Oh
sandwich.
yeah, like
It's
baked
awesome.
brie or something like that. Or, oh yeah.
Maybe as a dip.
Maybe as a dip. Bob, what do you think?
I'd
A?
say B. B.
Yeah, I give it a B.
Can you do halfway?
All right, we'll put it B for brie. Yeah. Okay, so this one's one you might not have. Costume Mars. That's that larva cheese.
No, the maggot cheese?
Yeah, that of
Yeah, the
course that's
maggot
an
cheese.
F. That's the I've read about that stuff. It's nasty.
Yeah, I've only read about it.
You think it's nasty? You
Maggot
think
cheese.
it tastes? I mean, maybe we
It's
should put an
supposed to be
honorable
quote
mention.
unquote tangy. I
Tangy,
don't want my
yeah.
cheese tangy.
Chat, has anybody had costume marzu? Well, put in honorable mentions as interesting. Cheddar?
All right, let's-
I mean, come on.
Cheddar's an A.
Not for me. Cheddar's.
No?
I like American cheese better than cheddar. Cheddar's a little bit too aromatic. For me.
Whoa.
I would put D for me.
What? Put it as
Hey,
A.
whoa. Bob?
Give it a
Decide.
B. Bring it down to
Give it a B.
B.
All right.
Okay. Cotija. That's, the Mexican crumbly cheese. It's very good.
I've had
I mean,
that.
well,
That's very good.
Up to you. It's like,
That's a B.
it's a use case specific, I think.
Sure.
It's not a table cheese. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah.
I'm
Okay. So we'll
agnostic.
give it a agnostic.
B or C?
Okay. Cream cheese.
Well, that's
I'm not a
another one.
fan
When
of
you
cream
need
cheese.
it, you need it. You can't make a lot of things without cream cheese.
Yeah, I think
A
yeah,
lot of-
because it's
A,
so
S?
much utility. Give it an A.
Maybe
Right?
an A. Yeah.
A? Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing has
I-
currently
I
gotten
won't-
to the S tier.
One of J.
Dubliner. That's a cheddar. But it's like
Yeah,
an
that's-
Irish cheddar. So it's
that's a
aged.
B.
Yeah.
B. Okay. Feta.
Feta
What do you guys
is I mean, that's at least
Oh.
an A. I mean, you never just eat feta, but it's great in so many things.
Yeah,
put it
feta's
in
really good.
salad, put it in shawarma, whatever. It's a very
Give that an
useful
A.
cheese. Yeah,
A.
that's it.
Okay.
It's a staple cheese.
Fontanella. The popular Italian kind of cheese.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's okay.
Um,
It's not that. It's not
I'm
that
not big on
flavorful.
it.
Yeah.
Give it a C
What do
Is
you
that the
think?
cheese on your skull, Steve?
or give it a D.
It's a fun. Yeah, that's your fun.
Yeah, Fontanella.
Gruyere.
Gruyere's actually a really good cheese.
Yeah,
For me,
it's a
good-
that's a B or C.
That's a B.
Bob.
I don't know that shit from Adam, man.
All right.
Gruyere's good.
All right. Humboldt Fog.
Don't
Don't
know it.
know it.
Yeah, it's
I-
a good one.
I
got a
call
blue
bullshit.
to it.
That's not even a cheese.
It's just some guy.
Honorable mention.
Since you guys don't like blue cheeses, I'll put it here.
If it's
okay.
aromatic,
Manchego?
Manchego's
Yeah, definitely.
S or A. Maybe
Yeah.
an
Ooh,
S.
contentious.
Give
One
it
of
an
my
A.
favorite table
Bob?
cheeses.
A.
Yeah, give it an
All
A.
right, Bob says A.
All right, A.
Mascarpone. A.
Mascarpone is it's
Come on.
A or
What do you
B.
think? Bob.
Give it a B.
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 B's a good.
B.
Yeah, B.
Mimolette. I don't know if I've ever had this one.
Don't
know
so
it.
I can't really speak to it. Yeah, we'll just put an honorable mentions. Monterey Jack.
Yeah, that's done with American cheese for me.
Yeah, I put
Yeah,
that as a
the
C or a
sandwich
D.
cheese. C or D. Okay. Mozzarella.
Mozzarella,
S.
got to give it an S.
That's an
I
S.
mean,
S.
you can't have
That's just
life
top.
without mozzarella.
Okay, there we go. Easy. Munster. It's a good grilled
E.
cheese. E. Okay.
Isn't
What
that
do you think,
stinky?
Bob?
As
It's too aromatic.
No, it's not
for
that
me.
stinky. I mean, yeah, it might be for Steve, but
I'd give it a D.
see, Bob. It's a good
I
grilled cheese.
I don't know, man. I can't really.
Yeah, it melts really well. Parmigiano Reggiano.
That's an S.
That's an
an
S.
S.
S. All right.
Yeah,
Well, it's some Italian
anything-
bias here.
Anything higher than S?
Provolone.
A. I like provolone.
A.
But it's
Yeah,
not,
give it an A.
Good on a
not up
sub,
there
maybe.
with Parm and Moots.
Romano.
Yeah,
Romano is below Parmesan.
Yeah, I'd give it a B.
Yeah, that B.
B?
B is good for Romano.
Bob, you agree
It's
with
good,
the
but
B?
I mean,
Yeah, I
when
guess.
you think of it, like, why would you eat that if you have access to Parmesan?
Right. It's just a.
True.
The only purpose for Romano is that very specific Romano that you use to make cacio e pepe. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's true. That's
That's
right.
why. Otherwise, you're going to use Parmesan.
Correct.
Roquefort is another blue, so if you guys don't
Yeah.
like that, that's kind of
That's an F for
blue,
me.
so I guess the blue. So Gouda, I mean, it just says Gouda. I don't know if aged would necessarily be considered. 'cause I
Aged
think
Gouda
aged
I've
is
had, and I put that
significantly
with
better.
like the, you know,
I'd give it a C or
Too
a D.
aromatic.
C or a D. Yes, like I can eat
Oh,
it.
really?
It's fine. I wouldn't like go out of my way to have it.
Bob, you have a feeling on Gouda?
I do
Is it
not.
Gouda enough for you? Okay, we'll put it with the other ones that are kind of similar. And finally, Swiss.
Yeah, Swiss is. I mean, I
don't
would
like
put that with American cheese. That's basically interchangeable with
it's
American
like a
cheese.
sandwich.
That's an E
cheese.
for me.
That's an A, man.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Swiss,
well,
really.
I mean, A.
I would just
B.
take Swiss and just eat it. Slices of Swiss is awesome.
Yeah, there's not a lot of other cheeses here. Obviously, there's a limited, but this is the correct ranking. Apparently, everybody, if you're listening to the audio version, come to the YouTube link.
My favorite cheese wasn't even on the list.
Yeah, but it's
What,
not that
Sardo?
common, Steve.
Sardo is very because that's a.
Did you say, Jay?
It's not that
Portuguese, or is it
common. Most
Brazilian?
people
Not
don't know
that
Sardo.
common. Did you see that list of cheeses? Did you heard even a half of that shit?
I heard most of it.
I never heard some of them like that humble fog stuff. Like
Well, I
what?
haven't
Fog.
heard. I didn't hear that either.
I mean, there should have
that
been a
one's
Sardo on
popular.
that list. I
That's
mean,
a that's a S, man. Just type it in. Get a pencil and just scratch it into your screen there. Yeah.
Let me look it up online. Let's
Oh,
see
it's
if real.
Argentinian, right? That's Sardo. Is
Argentinian Sardo. Yeah.
I think that's that's a deep cut cheese. I think. Chat, has anybody heard of Sardo in chat?
Yeah,
other
Humble
than
Fog
from the
is real,
SGU?
Bob.
Yeah, Humble Fog is good. I like it.
I believe it. It's
But
just
I like blue cheeses. I like
obscure.
gorgonzola. Come on, gorgonzola salad. Come on.
And Sardo is kind of a generic cheese name. You can apply it to a lot of different cheeses. It's not that specific, to be honest with you, but that's why there's like Italian Sardo and Argentinian Sardo, and it's it's basically like a sharp table
here.
cheese.
Hey, what about goat cheese?
That's feta.
Feta is a goat cheese.
All right, that's an S.
But Sardo to me is the best tasting cheese. That and
Oh, yeah.
Parmesan, like the flavor of those two cheeses are just off the chart, like awesome.
But it's very personal because there are people who could entirely flip that list.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, it's like if you like aromatic cheeses, you'll put the blue cheeses and everything at the top. I can't stand them. I hate them, but it's totally personal.
It's funny. You two are, and I assume maybe you too, Ian, are obsessed with cheese, and I'm at the,
Oh yeah.
I'm at the much lower end of the spectrum. I'm not.
I love it.
I'm not
cheese
an
is my
insane aficionado like even average people. I'm definitely below average in terms of my obsession with cheese
consumption. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I don't know. It's a brilliant invention or discovery or whatever.
Well, they needed to it's basically
one of the things you can eat that you don't have to kill anything to eat it.
Yeah, and
pretty cool.
It was a way of
Except for the
preserving
maggots in the
calories. You can't store milk forever, but you could store cheese for a very long time.
Get you through the winter. Yeah.
Imagine the first people or person that made it There was like, Steve Martin in Manhattan with the first hamburger he tasted. There must have been like this amazing.
Well, I wouldn't say that. It's not like somebody just like the first
Stumbled.
cheese that was made came out like Parmesan. It was probably not good. You know what I mean?
But it was still cheese, and he had never she had never eaten cheese.
Well, probably the first cheese was an accident.
Yeah,
because
milk.
if you store your milk in a skin made from the stomach of a calf, the enzymes in that calf stomach will turn the milk into cheese, and they probably didn't intend for that to happen, but it was either eat that gooey shit or die, and like, this isn't actually half bad, and then it probably, who knows, could have taken 1,000 years to get it to the point where it was like cheese.
I prefer to imagine it as them tasting it and going, "Whoa."
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But things don't come into existence that way. It's like saying, somebody, they didn't just walk out into a field and pluck a cob of corn, corn of cob. If you see what all the things that we eat looked like when they first were discovered by people, there were nothing compared to what we have today. We don't know how lucky we are. We really don't.
We're getting pushback in the Discord that because feta is mostly sheep's milk, it's not.
Yeah, it's sheep's milk.
Classifying as a goat cheese, although it can be sheep and goat. But there needs to be a distinction. There's a difference.
Yeah, there is.
There's an important difference.
Feta is more crumbly.
True. Yeah, it's very specific. And goat cheese is pretty gamey or whatever. The flavor
it can
is.
be.
Yeah, it can be.
I like goat cheese that's infused with honey.
Yes,
good stuff. That's good.
Or even other like fruits, like blueberry or anything like that. It really steps it up, I think. Put that on a cracker.
I don't like spam.
People keep bringing up
going
spam
on in the world. Is the world that boring that we have to talk about cheese all day?
No, it's a good little palate cleanser.
What people want to. Oh, good. That was almost a pun. It was a pun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
A little cheesy.
We're just desperately trying not to talk about Trump's indictment.
Politics.
Yeah, desperately.
Well, did you hear what happened in Tennessee? That was a big goddamn deal. Holy shit! I can't believe that happened in Tennessee. So there was 3. We're talking about the people who were
Nashville?
on this. Sorry,
was it Nashville or Tennessee?
Well, they were state representatives, right?
Yeah, they were state reps,
council members,
and 3 of them had a protest on the floor of the House about gun. They wanted gun control, and they did something where they should have gotten a slap on the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
There was 2 black men and 1 white female, and they literally voted the 2 black men off the goddamn floor. They don't have jobs anymore.
They expelled
party
them.
lines as well.
Yeah, but it was definitely Republicans. Got rid of 2 black Democrats. And then
That's ridiculous.
I heard a speech by one of them, and one of the black men was saying, like, we have had people that belong to this body that have urinated on other people's seats, that have had all these horrible things that people that have been is it the Senate? Is it the state Senate? I think it is the state Senate.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, what they did was basically petition for gun control in a state where 9-year-olds were just killed, the week before in a shooting. I mean, it is the most blatant,
not a good look,
display of racism that I have seen. I think, in the last 10, 15 years, it was the worst racism event that I've seen. Unbelievable.
Well, plus it's also it's an example of the power of the gun lobby, and they won't even entertain the idea of any type of gun control. I mean, that's also embroiled in this, right?
Yeah, they the whole thing, Bob, is that they will have absolutely no discussion on gun control in that state. That's it. And they took advantage of the situation. There was two Senate members that they didn't like because they were black, and they used that to get rid of them.
Yeah. And they're allowed to do that. I mean,
apparently,
you said they like basically fired, like done, gone. I mean, what?
They have to, because it's far out from the election, they have to do a special election, apparently, within 120 days. If it was closer to the 2024 election, they would just wait. But they could be voted back in easily, which probably will happen. We'll see.
Yeah.
And then they have to accept them back in. But I think they could still expel them again or something. I don't know.
That's interesting. I guess they could be voted back in, and they're going to have a special election soon.
But it gets them out of there for 3 months, essentially.
Yeah. But it's just, at its core, it's a display of flagrant, they have a supermajority. So the Republicans are just, flagrantly doing things that benefit what they think. And it's such a short-sighted decision. Oh, my God. What they did was they martyred these 3 people. And they gave them a megaphone that they would, they are now being read
national figures in a way.
Yeah, easily.
Right.
I just don't understand that. Like, you just got to sit there and think for a minute. Is this the right thing for us to do? Like, are we really going to eject 2 people from this Senate body? And what's going to happen if we do that? They did, of course they didn't think about any of that. They're looking at 1 foot in front of their eyes. That's all they see. It's really sad.
Or do you think they're actually doing it intentionally to signal to their voting bloc that they are that racist and that they will?
But what do they? But again, what do you gain? Okay, so you could signal that you're racist without giving people an incredible platform. I'm just looking at it from like a strategy perspective. It's just a dumb thing to do.
Yeah.
They invigorated the Democratic base in Tennessee now, maybe nationally,
possibly.
I think so. I think people are outraged by it, especially black voters. They're going to be like, black voters must be beside themselves. They must be.
Yeah, but also like in a state that's like so gerrymandered, does it matter?
Yeah.
Like, do they care?
That's the big problem. Because because of the cities, don't the Democrats almost have parity in terms of numbers, raw numbers, but it's gerrymandered, ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. So it's like they have a supermajority. Why bother? Just go roughshod until 2024 if they get.
We need to figure out a way to get rid of gerrymandering. That is the worst problem in American politics because it drives so many of the other issues. It's not just that it's not fair, but it's also that the seats are not competitive, so it favors the most radical people in the primaries because it's going to be uncontested basically in the general election because it's so it's so gerrymandered right or left, and it's both ways. It works both ways. Very few seats are competitive.
But the fact that they were willing to do something like this just shows you how desperate the U.S. democracy is. Like it's in very bad shape.
Mm-hmm.
With politicians being able to do things like this now, or willing to do things like this now.
Mm-hmm.
It's pathetic.
And we ranked choice voting would be nice, but I would take getting rid of gerrymandering first in a heartbeat.
But anyway,
somebody wants us to go back to cheese.
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice if we could all go back to cheese, but I think, unfortunately,
I did buy some of the Sardo-like cheese today, so you'll have some tomorrow, guys.
You mean Sunday?
Sunday.
How much? How much are we gonna have?
Whatever. I got two chunks of it. Not a huge wheel, which is usually how I buy it, but
half a wheel.
No, two wedges. A couple of wedges.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. I love that. Yeah, so I'll bring some bread, Steve. I'm gonna.
Yeah, so you bring the bread.
I'll probably have to make it tomorrow. I can't because I would have to get up at dark 30 on Sunday
Oh
to
yeah,
have
make
it ready.
Make it tomorrow.
So what's everyone's thought on replacing Crisco with vegetable oil?
Do it
in the Easter bread biscuits.
Yeah, do it.
That I'm making
the Paloma.
I'm gonna try it, but I'm afraid that it's gonna fatally damage the awesomeness that is Paloma. But I'll try it. I mean, but it's only a half cup of Crisco for eight like little things of
Make
Paloma.
one way and one the other way. We'll see if we can tell the difference. We need a scientific experiment. The thing is, Bob, with baking, you really can't mess with the recipe unless you absolutely know what you're doing. It's not like cooking, where you could experiment and throw shit in there. Baking is a science. Though you have really got to follow the measurements, and
that's why
the amount of fat versus salt versus moisture. It all makes a huge difference. It's really chemistry in a way that like just cooking isn't. And I would be very worried about just doing that without knowing what you're doing, or not having tried it.
But what's different with shortening and oil?
But that's why you experiment.
Crisco with lard. Jay and I were talking about that.
Yeah.
Crisco is lard.
Basically.
No, isn't it plant-based? It's not pork.
No, there is a plant-based version of Crisco, but Crisco itself is animal lard.
Is it? Huh.
I think so.
I thought it was plant, but okay.
Let's look it up. What is Crisco?
Let's look it up. Figure it out.
I looked it up. I mean, I think they have a lot of vegetable ones, but
they have all vegetable shortening. Yeah. Maybe the original was good.
But it still has, what do they say, fully hydrogenated.
Well, this is what it says here. So this is the all vegetable version of it. Let me see if what's
So yeah, Crisco is vegetable lard. Apparently, it makes it fluffier because it introduces air, versus oil might not do that. So you might have to.
That's important, man. You don't want to make this too dense.
Yeah, so you might need to add something to fluff it up, like baking powder or something.
Oh, Crisco is vegetable shortening, and lard is pork fat.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. I thought that was like the whole point of Crisco. Was like it was supposed to be healthier for you, but it probably isn't.
Yeah,
healthier than lard, I guess. But
it's better than butter. I hear it's better.
In what way?
More healthful than
butter. From a health perspective.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that stuff is nasty, though. I would never use it.
So we got our Artemis 2 crew.
Yeah, that is huge.
Talk about that a little bit on the show that's coming out tomorrow. But yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they picked the first off, they picked. They had how many astronauts they have to pick from, Steve? There was I think it was like 100 or something. It was crazy how many they had to pick from. Which is great because it gives them the ability to pick the exact skills and everything that they need. I can't wait. I wish they were launching tomorrow.
There's the crew.
Yep, there they are.
Yep.
So to answer a question in the chat, Liz will be making a vegan lasagna for tomorrow because Bob's daughter is vegan.
I think it's vegetarian.
Is it vegetarian or vegan? Because I'm making a vegetarian lasagna. One will have meat, one will not have meat. They're both going to have a lot of cheese though, so they're not going to be vegan.
Wait. You're making. Wait. You're not. No, you're making the rice lasagna with meatballs and the lasagna with little meatballs.
Well, I thought I would do the lasagna without the meatballs. So
who the hell wants that?
No, don't do that.
Huh?
Don't even think about that. That's not a good idea.
That's a waste, man. Liz has got.
Yeah, we'll take care of him, Bob. Don't worry about it.
What's wrong with lasagna without meatballs?
I mean, don't even. I mean, imagine if I showed up there on Sunday and cut into that thing and there was no meatballs in there, I would have punched him.
Hold on, lasagna doesn't normally have meatballs in it.
Well, novella lasagnas do.
Grew up on that shit, and that rocks.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure, but
yeah, they are like grape-sized meatballs that are deep fried. And yeah, Steve, we've decided that you're putting. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
We are putting the little meatballs in both lasagnas that you're making.
All right.
Absolutely, man. Liz has the vegetarian lasagna covered.
Yeah, we got that.
Vegetable lasagna, and it's actually really surprisingly good. And for a vegetable lasagna, but I'll be eating the meatball lasagna. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm gonna eat lasagna, it's got to be like old school, the real deal.
I mean, let me introduce you to the pomodoro lasagna, which is like tons of basil and just red sauce. It's pretty fire, as simple as it is, with cheese and bechamel and all that stuff.
Well, it's hard to make a bad lasagna whether there's meat in it or not. I mean, if you have good sauce and you're using fresh cheese, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
What are corn QUORN meatballs? I've never heard of those.
That's a veggie meatball. It's corn based, but like they're pretty good.
Yeah, I've had meat alternative meatballs. I've had a lot of them that they're great. I've had many things that taste really good.
Yeah,
just a different animal, different breed of.
Impossible Whopper's great. Although I do not recommend Beyond Meat teriyaki jerky.
No,
Ooh.
Don't go near it. I bought some last month. Took one bite. I wouldn't even eat it in the apocalypse. It was so bad.
Yes, you would.
I probably would, but that's the only place I would eat it.
I made Impossible meatballs last week for Ashley and Cormac.
What's that?
I made Impossible meatballs for those guys last week. It came out good. Yeah, they were good.
Cool.
I did that for you too, Ian.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. The Impossible meat tastes too much burgery, so it kind of is weird in meatballs, in my opinion. But like, maybe the new formulation is better.
No, it's the same. It's burgery. It is.
Yeah, it's hard to get away from that. They obviously made it for burgers, so it's like, they haven't perfected that yet.
So that phone call I just got, you want to know what that was?
Mm-mm.
Go ahead.
It was a wrong number accusing me of calling a wrong number. Right. So the guy calls, said, "Who's calling me from this number? Don't call me from this number. It's a mistake." I'm like, "I've never called this number."
Yeah, but now you have to call him back and then yell at him for calling a wrong number.
Steve, just give me the phone number. I'll take care of this guy.
Because you could look through your history. I could tell if I've ever called that number before.
Right.
I never called that number.
What a punk.
Yeah, maybe my number was spoofed. Somebody said that's maybe that might have happened.
Yeah, maybe that was the shtick. Did you hang up on him, or did he say goodbye?
No, I said I didn't call you. It's a mistake.
Also, like, who cares? Why would you care about somebody accidentally calling your number?
Right.
Why would you get bugged?
That's a red flag.
Yeah, but he was mad. So maybe it was because if it was a butt call. I mean, people know, Jay, you butt call me once a week. Jay, you butt called Jocelyn at 4:00 in the morning the other night. Do you know that?
I did. So what happened was Courtney got up at 3:30 to go on a gig.
Yeah.
And of course, I woke up because an alarm went off in my room. And I usually, of course, I put my phone next to the bed, but that night I put it like it was on the bed. I fell asleep with it in my hand. You know what I mean? So
you
then
did it twice though.
Yeah, I did. I know. It was bad. I felt bad. I hung up immediately.
Yeah, but you should have texted her because then, of course, if we get a call at 4 a.m, that's an emergency, right? Yeah. And like, how could you butt call somebody at 4 a.m? You should be in bed. It was an unusual circumstance, and you did it twice. But what she did was check my phone. You had never called my phone, and you figured if it was an emergency, you would have called me.
Yeah. Or I would have actually said
something. Then Jocelyn called me and woke me up and asked if Jay had called me. Oh wait, no, I just dreamt that. I didn't.
Yeah, about once a month, I flat out accidentally call someone, and you have that panic where you're like, no, it's like,
yeah.
What sucks is if you hang up within a picosecond, it should not let them know you did that to them. Yeah. Right? Why does it? It's still, no matter how fast you
no backseas.
It,
yeah, there's no backseas.
Like, they're gonna call you in a second. Like, did you just call? Like, no, I didn't call you. Didn't mean to. Blah, blah.
I butt dial Liz more than anybody though, Bob.
Why is that? Just
she's the position of her where her name is on my list of people.
Right where your ass cheek is.
Yeah, it just is in the right position for it to be like the one that gets hit all the time. But she knows. She knows 9 times out of 10 when I call her, it's a butt dial. She just hangs up.
Well, sometimes like you get the butt dial and you could hear you just going about your business in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
you
yeah.
hear, like you hear the person walking, you hear like,
Yeah.
Oh my God. My father does that to me every week. It's insane.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's a. I wonder what like the worst butt dial of all time was. I bet there were some profound stories out there.
I bet somebody butt dialed someone while they were driving and they got killed because of the butt dial.
Oh my God.
Be the worst.
Why'd you have to bring it to a dark place, Bob?
It couldn't be like a cheese related thing.
Extreme.
You think more people die from getting butt dialed while driving or trying to eat cheese while driving?
Yeah.
I think cheese. I'm gonna argue
you think
cheese.
so? You think cheese has
you're taking your hand
body
off.
count?
Yeah, I mean, especially a hot brie. It's gonna get all over your fingers and the wheel.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That's a death. That's right there.
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani butt dialed somebody.
Did he? He had a bad one.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, but there has to
buffoon
have
that
been
guy
someone
turned
who
into.
butt dialed their spouse while they were cheating on them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That had
certainly,
to have
definitely.
happened.
Just the law of odds.
Yeah, of course. I mean, just because think about how many people get butt dialed every day. I mean, it's happening all the time.
Right.
So apparently the butt dial from Rudy Giuliani was to an NBC reporter, and he was discussing his need for cash and trashing the Bidens. That's what was on the butt dial. So that's fun. That's a good
So
one.
I read that he lost his
Mind.
license to he can't operate as a lawyer in two states. Yeah.
His law license.
Yeah.
Wow. How did I miss that?
I don't know. I don't know how true that is.
I remember that.
What a fall from grace. Remember when he was like, what was it?
America's mayor. Yeah.
After 9/11, and now it's just like, oh, what a dive. It's horrible.
Yeah, that was a hell of a scene. It's pathetic. That's why you should run for president, Steve.
Yeah, you think so? You'd never do that. That would be a horrible thing to do. Can you imagine having your life dissected that way?
Yeah, I know, right? They would disassemble you.
Yeah, I have not lived my life in a way that was preparing me to run for national office. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah, they'd be like, Dr. Steven Novella he dresses up in costumes and goes around beating people with foam swords. Like they'll turn that into like you're a devil worshiper.
Right.
Well, a LARPer for president?
No.
It's going to happen someday.
No. Yeah,
he likes Game of Thrones season 8. That's what they're gonna
say.
No.
No.
Oh my God. They're gonna eat me.
I haven't been crafting a public persona. Plus, politics just rubs me the wrong way. I can't sling the bullshit. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a few politicians who can make a brand out of being honest. I would have to be that kind of politician, but even still, that world is just a different world.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a horrible career, especially now. I mean, it's worse now than it ever was.
Mm-hmm.
Worse than it ever was.
But Steve, you've lived an amazingly paladin-like life.
I know I've never done anything that's actually bad.
Yeah,
nothing. I've never been arrested in my life,
except that one time.
Except that you fuck one pig.
Oh my God.
Man.
So are you guys up to date on the Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good episode. The last episode was good.
Yeah, I gotta watch.
I mean, you see it coming. What's funny is, should we do a spoiler? I don't know.
I didn't see the whole thing, but I don't care. Go ahead.
All right.
Promptu AQ6.
Well, there was something that happened in the episode that was a callback to like 4 episodes ago. But when it happened 4 episodes ago, I'm like, well, then there it is. Why isn't this the case then? And they just ignored it for 4 episodes. You know what I'm talking about, Bob?
Yeah.
And
you thought of it at the time?
Yeah, I'm like that. Then it's like I just say it. It's like the sword is now hers. She beat the thing that beat him. It's a done deal. But they just ignored it, and then he remembered 4 episodes later that it happened. I guess whatever, it was for
he kept it in his back pocket.
The drama, but yeah.
Needed it. But I didn't think about it 4 episodes ago. When it happened, I was like, of course.
It wasn't subtle. I mean, at the time they telegraphed it pretty hard.
They said no spoilers, Steve, so you got to watch out what you're saying.
Not a big deal.
You know what? I thought when they threw it, when he got beaten 4 episodes ago, is that spoiler? Is it okay to go there? I thought that was it. Wait.
No, they show him putting it back on his belt.
Yeah.
And he's been using it. He just used it in this last episode. Anyway.
I like how they clearly show him he doesn't know how to use it.
Yeah.
And that's good. You can't just pick up a weapon like that.
It wasn't really meant for him in a way, because anytime he's used it, if you look earlier in this season, he's having trouble. It's like, dude, swing it. It's like it's really extra heavy for him. He made it a point to be bad.
Well, it is. The thing has a mind of its own in a way.
Right.
And it actually does, impair your ability to use it if you're not in the right frame of mind.
All right, let's stop talking about it now. That was just a little teaser.
Then why'd you bring it up?
I didn't know what you were going to do, Steve. I can't predict your crazy behavior.
You brought up a show that we can't talk about without spoilers.
Just because you can't control yourself, don't project that crap on me.
Oh my gosh. See, now he can't go into politics. He's too emotional.
See this, Ian? He is way too emotional. Jesus, Steve.
And I don't like the right cheeses.
Yeah, you got cheese.
That's the other thing. You have to go everywhere, and you have to eat whatever the people there eat. And it's awesome. I'm not made that I cannot eat whatever. I have very specific things I cannot eat.
Now we have to hear you complain. I mean, where else are we going tonight? I would like to say publicly that I am unbelievably lucky to have the two of you as brothers. I appreciate the two
I'll
of you.
say that I agree.
I appreciate the two of you on a profound level. I have seen a lot in my life.
Yeah, especially because of the contrast between, and I will stop there.
There's good and bad family members, and you guys are as good as it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the three of us are lucky to have each other. Absolutely.
And the whole thing with like the SGU, and it's like, holy crap, what a little adventure it's been.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's been amazing. But I would put AQ6 in there too, because I love making that show with you guys.
Yeah.
It's a blast. I mean, and I love having Ian, as
only we can get people to watch it.
Yeah, right.
In case you guys didn't know, we have a science fiction review. Well, we do fantasy as well. We have a science fiction and fantasy review show that's on YouTube. It's a video show, and we've been doing it for years at this point. We have over 100 episodes, and for the past year, we've been very consistent putting out an episode a week. And we, of course, we love science fiction. It's like one of the bricks in the pillar of our lives. You know what I mean? It's like it's super important to us. And I can't tell you how fun it is when we get into a conversation where I'm losing my train of thought because I'm like so tired you have no idea. But bottom line is, it's a blast to make, and I really look forward to getting some cool interviews this summer. We have a couple of people that we're gonna interview.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else emotional you wanted to say?
Yeah, I do. Ian, I really enjoy working with you as well.
No, fuck off. Okay, stop. All right, enough.
I'm still waiting to see that watermelon.
Yeah. When are we going to see the watermelon, Ian?
The watermelon.
Why don't we take a few questions?
Okay.
And maybe
wrap
up a little early.
Yeah, we should. My kids just got home and they're going berserk downstairs.
Berserk. And remember, if you do want to ask questions, go to Discord, and in our Discord there is a channel specifically for live stream questions. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. We get these things. Was Lemoyne happy with the discussion on SGU? Any change of mind that we've seen?
I think he had a good time. I think he was happy with it. We didn't specifically ask him, but we did have like a post-interview chit chat, and he just seemed like very enthusiastic about what we just went through. It was a good talk. It was good overall for all of us.
Yeah, I think we did a good job of pushing back, but keeping it friendly.
Yeah.
So
yeah, we don't completely. He knows that we don't completely agree with his position, but it doesn't matter.
Do any of the rogues read Brandon Sanderson books?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't.
Sounds familiar. What is he?
Totally sounds familiar, but don't.
Secret Project. The year. What is it called? Mistborn or The Way of Kings or Elantris. It seems like all like fantasy, high fantasy. So anyway, what is Bob's t-shirt?
Let's see. You tell me. What do you see the gestalt?
Yeah, it sounds like an R2D2 vibe to it.
Yeah, it looks like very cool.
Somebody asked if we're going to interview Dennis E. Taylor. I would love that immensely. He's one of my favorite authors. He wrote the We Are Legion, We Are Bob. It's like a trilogy. Oh, it's four books now. He's fantastic. He always gets Ray Porter to narrate his books, and Ray Porter is a god of book narration. And he's also come up with other books that are really good. I'd love to interview him. He is amazing.
The hard thing about interviewing an author is we'd really have to read.
That's it. You guys haven't read any.
Yeah, it would take a while to get up to speed to do a good interview.
You would probably, if you read We Are Bob, I think you would, because he is such a great geek, and he tons of Star Trek references. You would absolutely love it. You would love it. It's guaranteed you guys would dig that book.
We could try to do a series where we interview people like authors and stuff.
That's good. That's good content.
We'll start off with Michael Whalen, who we have on tap, basically.
We got him coming.
Just got to set that up.
Yeah, Taylor did a series. Did he come up with the second book in Outland? No, I don't think so. But that was good too. About these scientists are on Earth, and they're by Yellowstone, and they discover the technology to create a portal to a variant Earth, another Earth in a parallel dimension, but with subtle differences. And as they do it, I guess maybe this is a spoiler, but whatever. It's pretty quick. Yellowstone erupts and basically devours the Earth, and they portal to this alternate Earth. It's basically like a jungle Earth where there was no humans, so wildlife, runs rampant. Really cool.
Running wild.
Very, very cool story.
Before I forget, if some of you here have not heard, we're trying to put together a conference on November 3rd and November 4th. It's called Nauticon, where a focus on this conference is going to be having time to socialize. There will be multiple events that happen over the 2 days of the conference, but it's going to be heavily leaning into time to socialize and to spend time with the other people that are there. Lots of interaction between attendees. So if you're interested, go to the SGU homepage and just click the button and let us know if you think you would go to that event.
Yes, and please respond yes or tentative, and tentative being greater than 50%, please, if you're gonna come. And if you're not gonna do it, don't even fill it out.
We have like one more week, and then I gotta call it.
Yeah, we have like 100 or so yeses, right? So
yeah, we're right around 100 right now.
Getting close. So if you haven't filled it out, please do fill it out. Which actually leads to a question, Bob. Won't the timing of Nauticon cramp your Halloween vibe?
Yes.
Oh, don't God! Who asked that? don't
get
encourage
Don't
him.
get
Don't
the
even.
hubs
We don't want to get into
Because
this.
I always have my Halloween party the weekend after Halloween.
No,
Because
you'll have it at Nauticon.
Here we go.
Yeah, we might have a Halloween Bob party at Nauticon.
that opens up a whole can of worms, though. I mean, I'd have to like rent a truck and bring stuff.
I know
over
a guy
there.
with a truck.
We're
Come
going
on.
to talk about it. I don't think there's enough enthusiasm for.
Oh, there's enthusiasm. Look at the chat.
But,
Screaming with enthusiasm.
They can't take it, Bob.
I can't take it.
They want the link again.
AQ6. Oh, you mean
We'll give him
to
and give him
the
the link
form?
to the forum as well.
But it's on the okay. It's there and it's also on the fucking thing.
You lazy.
Okay, hold on.
Jesus,
I'll get the actual link. God. Forms and then go here and I got to click on this and then I got to find the send button and then I got to do this and the shortened link now you want.
But we have people that are out that don't live in the United States that have promised to come. So you don't have any excuse.
True.
Ooh.
Right. Yeah, Canada. Have any of the rogues watched Extrapolations on Apple TV?
No, I've never even heard of it.
What's that about?
Never heard that.
Extrapolations.
I haven't seen it. No, I think I've gone by it and was thinking about watching it, but we haven't started yet. Extrapolation.
It is a
Look,
drama and Kit Harington's in it.
I'm downloading Earthside by Dennis.
Oh no,
Kemp
I did watch an episode of that. I did watch an episode.
with one credit.
Climate cautionary tale, apparently.
Yeah, I did. I watched the first episode. I haven't watched any more of it. It was interesting. Didn't quite 100% gel. I might give it another 1 or 2 episode chance to see if it starts to take off.
Extrapolations.
Yeah.
What's
it about? In near future, the climate, like the 2030s, and we're already like over past, 2 degrees C.
What about AI?
I don't know. Hasn't come up yet.
That's not a thing.
Yeah,
But
we're going to be in DC.
Nowadays,
sorry, Bob.
I was just going to say now, if we see anything that takes place in the 2030s or even the late 2020s, people are going to say, wait, where's AI in this mix? Come on. How did you miss that?
So someone asked if we're coming to DC later this month. Yes, we are. We're still trying to see if we could schedule an event for people in the DC area, for listeners or skeptics or whatever. By Monday, we'll have a final word on that, right, Jay? Yes or no, if we could do it. We're just trying to see if there's going to be enough people to make, because there's a sort of a minimum expense. Like if we tried to have the local guys find a venue, they said, and they just told us we couldn't find a venue. So now either we pay $500 for a room or we don't, right? And so we just want to make sure there's going to get enough people to show up to at least we're not taking a bath on the room. But as long as, so we'll probably do it, but we have to make a final decision by Monday. Again, it's a book or don't book a room is what it comes down to.
Yeah. All right. Well, it was fun talking to you guys.
Yep.
I'll see you on Sunday.
Yep. I'll see you guys on Sunday.
Everybody, regardless of where you live, have a great weekend. And and as I like to say, do something nice for somebody that's in your life. When we do this, it makes the world a better place. Let's do it. Steve's doing it. Steve is going to put little meatballs in the lasagnas.
Yes,
for me and Bob.
that'll be my good deed.
And I appreciate that. It will make me smile and it will make me happier and in those moments where I'm eating. So I appreciate it.
I mean, that's going to be my go-to lasagna, man. Lasagna with the meatballs. I mean, you're making the rice lasagna with the meatballs. Right? I'll have some of that, but my focus is going to be on the lasagna.
All right, noted.
So, Bob, what are you doing for me and Steve?
For Sunday?
Yeah, what are you going to do to make the world a better place? I'm just curious. What was your
plan?
I
am making Paloma. I'm making Paloma, which is the best coffee dunking matter in the known universe.
The meatballs are the size of
marble.
Small grapes.
They're marble size.
Yeah.
A little bigger.
They're not big.
They're delish.
They're awesome. They're like little experiences, each one. They're
And
incredible.
I get pissed off when people take their serving of lasagna with meatballs and they take a lot of meatballs and they don't eat them.
Yeah, that's not.
You got to eat every meatball you take. Because because that's
one of Steve's daughters would fill her plate and eat a third of it, and I just look at it and I'm like, "What's happening? Like you can't just throw away that food." Paloma is like a vanilla flavored
Easter bread
type of Easter bread, but he can't say it's Easter bread because Easter bread is actually something else.
It's kind of scone-like. It's kind of scone.
It's a scone-like Easter bread that has a light vanilla flavor to it, but it has its own vibe going on, and it's really wonderful.
I won't eat. I don't eat it without coffee because what's the point? It's got to be with coffee. Although I had one with peanut butter once, and it was quite good. Quite good.
Tea works well.
Tea, yeah, a hot liquid.
Yeah, so it is best consumed with a hot liquid. Milk suffices, but hot liquids are better.
I guess it might, but hot coffee.
I had it with milk. It's good.
Somebody said like Jesus buns. What is a Jesus bun? Oh my God. What is that?
Yeah, Easter bread, Jesus bun.
That is awesome. Oh my God.
Yes, we are having Easter lasagna.
All right.
All right.
Have a great
Good night.
weekend. Thank you, Ian.
Thanks,
Happy
Ian. Thanks,
Easter.
everyone.
There you
Happy
go.
Easter.
Twilit.
Happy Easter,
Happy.
Twilit. Thank
Happy.
you.
All righty.
Thanks,
Bye-bye,
Ian.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Skeptic's Guide to the Universe is produced by SGU Productions, dedicated to promoting science and critical thinking. For more information, visit us at theskepticsguide.org. Send your questions to info@theskepticsguide.org. And if you would like to support the show and all the work that we do, go to patreon.com/skepticsguide and consider becoming a patron and becoming part of the SGU community. Our listeners and supporters are what make SGU possible.
Steve didn't leave, but I kicked him. All right. Happy weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.